Hey guys, it's Melanie. Happy Thursday. So I can't believe it's already been 3 months, but it's been 3 months since I've had my Coolsculpting done, and so I'm doing my final check-in with you guys today to let you know about the results. I actually just got back from the doctor's office about an hour ago and got to see pictures of before and after, and I'm going to share with you guys what the results were. Would I do it again? Would I recommend it? All of that information. Also, at the end of this video, I will give you guys an update on how the ASRAE's touch system worked for me, which is the, it's kind of an at-home Coolsculpting system that I used. So I'm gonna just cram everything into this one video. That means it is gonna be a longer video. I apologize. I thought about splitting it up, but I don't want to, so I'm not going to. We're doing it all in one video today. So I'm gonna talk about the Coolsculpting first. If you missed any of my earlier videos about this, why I chose to do it, blah, 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 those videos will be linked in the description box below. So make sure you go check those out. If you have any questions, they will probably likely be answered in those videos. If you have any additional questions, leave them down below in the comment section here and I'll try to get back to you. Okay, so Coolsculpting. It has been 3 months and I have the results that I'm going to get at this point. I'm not gonna, get any more results based on the first 2 treatments that I did. So what I chose to do was purchase a series of 4 treatments, which worked out to just be 2 sessions. There we go. So originally I was going to use both of my treatments because you have to pay for each sections. So each section is considered like a cycle. I have 2 legs, so each thigh was considered 1 cycle. So thus the 4 needed for the 2 treatments, if that makes sense. So, and if you're curious about the cost, that is mentioned in my earlier videos, so check those out. So originally I was going to use both cycles for my inner thigh area. Then I was like, why not try another area to see how, if it would be any different in terms of results. And it's kind of all in the same general region. So maybe I would get some like general girth reduction. I don't know how to word this appropriately, but the area that I focused on was my upper inner thigh area. I work out a lot. I work out 6 days a week for at least an hour and a half. I do a combination of cardio, but I mostly focus on weight training. So I'm pretty muscular, but there are areas of fat because the inner thigh area is very stubborn that I have had trouble getting rid of no matter how much exercise I've done, I've just not been able to rid myself of those fat pockets, which is why I was hoping that the Coolsculpting would be able to step in and sort of help spot reduce those areas. That's what Coolsculpting is for. It is not for weight loss, so don't think that you can go and pay a few grand and just have all this fat melted off of you. It's not like that. Also, the results are not as dramatic as if you were to go get liposuction, so please go into this having realistic expectations because it's not a miracle. So anyway, the 2 areas that I treated ended up being the banana roll, which is the area right underneath your butt on your inner thigh area. And I also did the middle of my inner thigh. The goal was to not have my leggings or pants rubbing together to the point where I was wearing out the inside of my pants. I did not expect to have a thigh gap. The way that my body is built, my actual bone structure just doesn't really allow for an actual thigh gap. My hips almost tilt in just a little bit. So my 5-year-old daughter, who's really thin, doesn't even have a thigh gap. So I know that genetically that wasn't gonna happen. What I was going for was just that reduction in the amount of friction on my inner thigh area. So I went in today, she did the after pictures, and then I got to take a look at the before and the after pictures. And there is a definite difference, you guys. I will say that the inner thigh area, I got about a 20% reduction. I feel the reduction more than I can see the reduction on the inner thigh area, if that makes sense. There definitely is not nearly as much friction, and my pants fit a heck of a lot better now. The area that actually had the most reduction was my banana roll area. It is a noticeable difference. So I will say that that area took a lot better than my inner thigh. But inner thighs are just notoriously difficult to treat. They require multiple treatments to get any significant results that if you were to like look at someone, you would be like, wow, holy cow. So in that respect, I almost wish that I would have saved both treatments for that inner thigh area. But I'm honestly really happy to have that reduction on the banana roll because my pants fit so much better. Just overall in that area, they fit so much better and they honestly look a lot better. My butt didn't drop. That is always something that they're concerned with if you treat that particular area. If you are not someone who does a lot of booty building exercises, if you're going to treat that area, you better start doing those because there is a chance for your butt to like drop if you lose a bunch of fat, which essentially almost helps to hold up your butt a little bit. So you got to make sure that you're building your booty muscles. And that's something that I've definitely been focusing on a lot more over the last 3 months, is doing a lot of squats, a lot of lunges, a lot of really focused work on my rear end. And it's definitely making a difference. I don't want to say that I'm disappointed that I didn't get more reduction in my inner thigh area, but I mean, I totally understood going into it that each treatment gets you about 20 to 25% reduction. So I had very realistic expectations and I got exactly what was expected. So I'm not disappointed in that respect. I just wish that I would have probably saved that second treatment for that same inner thigh area. So I guess that's my only regret in the whole situation. Do I think it was worth it overall? Absolutely. I'm really glad that I did it. Will I do more treatments? No. At this point, I am very content with what my body looks like. I feel like I can continue to tone up and improve with just my diet and my exercise. And I feel like I'm more proud of those results, like what I look like just overall at this point, than, paying to like have the treatment done, if that makes sense. Like, it was nice to be able to do it, and I'm glad that I got some reduction. And by the way, that loss is permanent. Those fat cells are not going to come back to that particular area. So once you freeze them, they do go away. They die, and those fat cells basically are excreted through your urine. You pee them out over the course of like 3 months, 3 to 4 months. So it's not something that is quick, which is why it's taken me 3 months to do the final update. So have some patience if you're thinking about doing this. Do I recommend it for other people? If you do have a very stubborn area, it does work. It requires multiple treatments. So, did my cat walk in here? Oh, she did. My cat's here. It does require multiple treatments if you are looking for significant results. Now, if you're going to purchase, for 3-4 treatments, that can get expensive. So at that point, is it better to just pay for, say, laser assisted liposuction or something like that? It might be. You really have to do your research. You have to know your budget. You have to know what your expectations are, and you have to balance all those things and figure out, is it worth it? For me, having done it, it was absolutely worth it. But at this point going forward, I'm just going to continue to do what I've been doing with my diet and my exercise, and whatever I end up with after all of that, I mean, it's an ongoing lifestyle change for me. So I don't have like this end goal in sight of like, yes, in 2 years, I'm going to look this way and then I'm going to let it all go to shit. Like, no, this is something that I'm going to be doing long term. I want to age as actively as I can. Does that make sense? Like, I want to continue to be active. I want to be healthy. I want to set a good example for my daughter in terms of, you know, making sure that you are taking care of your body with good food, moving. It's so good for you in so many different ways. You know, it's beneficial to your health, like your cardiovascular system. Like it's good for your heart, good for your lungs. But it's also, for me personally, just really good for my mood. It helps my mood a lot to exercise, makes me a much happier person. And I like seeing progress, and I like seeing changes in my body, and it makes me feel good. So Coolsculpting, I definitely give it 2 thumbs up in terms of I saw results, but I don't feel like I need any more. So will I do other things in the future? I don't know. I honestly can't say, but Coolsculpting is not something that I would probably personally repeat anytime soon. I'm really glad I did it, and I'm glad to be able to share the experience with you guys. Maybe it helps you make a decision. Take from this what you will. I'm not telling anyone to go out and do it. It's just what I went through and how it turned out, and take from that what you will. Okay, the Azrae's Touch. Okay, so by the way, the pictures that she took, I'm not going to be posting them here because I'm basically almost like naked in these pictures for the most part. I'm not posting that on the internet. Because of the area of the body that I had done, like I'm wearing these like tiny little like surgical undies that really are, they don't cover anything up essentially, and I'm not putting that out on the internet. I'm sorry, I'm not. So I do have the pictures, and I'm gonna show them to my girlfriends, but I'm not gonna post them here. But when she took those pictures, the way that she took them, she was actually able to get some pretty good shots of my waist as well. So if you'll remember, the Azrae's Touch system, which I will link the website for that down below, I have been using that on my tummy and my waist area, and I could actually totally see a difference in that particular area as well. Not drastic. I would say probably more like a 15 to 20% reduction. I lost a solid more than a quarter of an inch in my waist area, but I stopped using the Azrae's Touch system about a month ago because several people had asked, like, if you stop using it, does the fat come back from that? And it has not. You know, obviously, like, I've been eating really good and I've continued to exercise the whole time. So maybe some of that has to do with the fact that, you know, I'm doing good things for my body right now. But I haven't noticed any increase in my waist area at all. And I'm actually going to continue to wear the at-home system to hopefully get some more results. So the Azrae's Touch absolutely worked as well. Was it as drastic as the Coolsculpting? No. But I also didn't use it probably as often as I could have. I did very consistently for the first month and a half, almost 2 months, and then sort of tapered off because I was curious, if I stopped using it, does that area come back because the fat isn't frozen as deeply? Honestly, you're not going to get as deep of a fat freezing from an at-home system as you do from the in-office Coolsculpting. That definitely, that sucks your various body parts in and it freezes them like pretty solid. And obviously you're doing a lot more surface with an at-home system where you're applying a belt to a particular area. But there were results from it, and sorry, Stella's home. There were results from it, and I will continue to use the system. It totally worked for me as well. It wasn't as drastic as actual Coolsculpting, but it worked. So I would say if you are someone on a budget and you are looking for very moderate results, Azrae's Touch might be a good place for you to start, especially if you are looking for a system for your tummy and your waist. You do have to be very consistent with it. This is not something that you can do once a week and expect to like have results. You need to use it consistently. When I was using it between 5 and 6 days a week for an hour each time. So this is something that I would do at the end of the day before going to bed. Makes you pretty dang cold. So do know, you know, it can be uncomfortable in that respect. Like it makes your whole midsection completely numb. Probably actually the same level of numb that I got from the Coolsculpting in those particular areas where I had it done. Yeah, I think I got pretty decent results for it being an at-home system. I'm very pleased with it. I'm going to continue to use it. So I'll continue to update you guys on the Azrae's Touch, but this was the final check-in for the Coolsculpting. So I'm happy, glad that I did both, got some results, and overall, good experience, positive experience for me. Once again, I'm not telling anyone to go out and do this. Talk to a doctor, a cosmetic surgeon, a plastic surgeon if you're interested in a procedure like Coolsculpting, and just, you know, let them know what your expectations are, and I'm sure the doctor will say, well, we're probably not going to get that, but if you do want to do that, here are options for that. So Coolsculpting is going to be very, it's not going to be dramatic results, so I'll just tell you that right now, but you can do multiple treatments which increase the results, but by that point you're going to be spending a few $1,000s, so got to figure out what you want to put your money towards. So for me, going forward, I'm going to put my money towards my gym membership, which I'm going to have to renew in December, and I'm going to keep with my intermittent fasting and just plugging along. So hopefully that was helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions down below that I may not have answered in this video, but if you have like in-depth questions about the whys of everything and how much and all of that kind of stuff, how I chose my doctor, all of that information is in the previous videos, so be sure to check those out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care. Bye.